Hello folks, and welcome back to the fourth video in this series of Lord of the Rings Living Card Game, in which I try to get a perfect score on every quest that's available so far with the same deck of cards and the same three heroes. So this time we're doing We Must Away on normal difficulty once again. Same heroes, same cards. Let's see what happens. So this quest is pretty challenging. There are only 3 locations, but they're all really tough. So we'll talk about them each as we get to them. For this opening start, I tried to get Outrider in my hand. So I'm going to get rid of every card, do a full mulligan. We got him. Perfect. Okay. I'll explain why he's good in a second. So the objective here is to defeat the Giant Slug. The Giant Slug is this big boss enemy here with 3 attack and 15 health, and it gains a threat whenever it attacks, and whenever you attack it, the character that you use to attack it takes a damage in return. But that does not include Legolas's upkeep ability here. It's free damage on the slug that does not cause you to get hit back, so whenever I can I try to put that on him, unless there's something I really want to kill with it. So let's put a damage on the slug here. Okay, so the reason why the Outrider is good is because of this enemy right here, the Muckgatter. It's got 3 attack and only 2 health, so it's a really valuable target to get rid of. Normally, if I don't have the Outrider, I will have Legolas just shoot it. But because we have the Outrider, we can play him, and he'll deal 2 damage to that enemy right away. Legolas will still be ready, and we'll have a free ally on the board. Well, it's not free, but an ally on the board. So now usually the slug will attack a hero. Oh, they went for the Outrider. That's a bit different. That's fine though. Okay. Right now let's try and get the Archer on the board. The Archer is another great ally to have for this location because, again, the arrival damage from the Archer does not cause you to take damage back from using it on the slug. So that's more free damage. She'll probably die. The bats attacked her, that's okay. So now I'm going to have Arwen add some Fate. We're going to need 3 of that for next round. Okay. So, yeah, like I said, we'll need this for next round. This event that costs 3 Fate says your next attack exhausts the defender. So that's really useful to use on the slug. It prevents a 3 attack from coming your way, and it prevents a threat gain when it attacks. So we're going to want that ready for next round. For now, though, I would say let's just start damaging it.
No living man am I.
We'll take a damage back, that's fine. Sauron spent a resource on something. Sometimes he does that after this latest patch. I'm not sure why, because he should have plenty of cards to play. I'm not sure why he's spending resources. But in any case, I'm going to say let's put some more damage on this slug. We're going to have an exhausted board, so this might be a little painful. We're going to have to end turn. We'll take a bit of a hit there. Sauron passes. He will gain an extra threat because that's this enemy's ability. Okay, for upkeep, let's again do it on the slug. Let's heal Eowyn to full. I could heal Legolas, but I'm trying to keep all the damage on one hero as much as I can because there is a fate event here to restore a hero to full health. So it's actually better if you keep most of your damage on one hero, as long as they don't die from it. Because then you can just heal it all off. You get better value that way. Okay, so we're going to activate this fate event to exhaust the defender of our next attack. And we're going to choose the slug. So it's down to 6 health. It is exhausted. Legolas will take another hit. But we plan to heal him, so that's okay. Now let's get the Axehand out.
My axe swings too.
Just for some blocking. Okay. I don't want to guard with him yet, but I will attack this enemy now. Okay, now I'll guard with him. Perfect. Mirkwood Patrol came out. That will probably attack the Axehand. We are going to... let's do Watchful Peace. That'll really help with the extra time we have to take here. Okay, Sauron's out of resources, which means I think we're good for the round. Let's have Arwen add some more Fate. And pass the turn. It's a pretty scary looking board here, but we're doing okay. The slug is almost... well, it's less than halfway killed. Let's continue to do damage to it. We'll heal Arwen. Okay. So let's hope that the slug attacks this Axehand. Perfect. It will raise our threat, but it's down to 3 now because the Axehand dealt 2 damage back. Alright. So at this stage, let's put out a tracker. And then we're going to stealth Legolas because I'm a little nervous.
Not idly do the leaves of Lorien fall.
Okay, that's excellent. The tracker survived that attack, which means she can guard again. Or guard an additional attack. That's a little scary. Every enemy gains +1 attack. Well, I think now we have to feint. Well, I'm not sure. Let's put out a lookout.
My eyes see everything.
Just more characters guarding, I think, is going to serve us better. Let's guard again. Sauron passes. Okay, well, let's remove this guard from this orc. He's got 2 health left. But I'm going to reduce this slug down to 1.
I will smite you if you touch him.
And then add some more fate. We're at 5 now, and the 5 fate event says gain +1 resource for each ally in play. I try to get this activated with 3 allies, but it's not always possible. I'll take 2. 2 is enough, which I don't have yet. Now, 7, again, is the one that restores a hero to full health. We don't have enough for that right now, but we definitely want to do that. So I think we're done for the round. Let's go ahead and pass. I'm hoping for some threat reduction, because the 32 event is not too pleasant. Alright, let's get rid of the slug. Restore health to Eowyn. We should be okay with Legolas. No threat reduction, but this is still useful for the next location. So I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, let's get rid of the Rock Adder with Legolas.
You would die before your stroke fell.
And we're gonna do a guard with the Lookout. Be a double kill there. And this is really not what I want to do, but I might need Eowyn for some attacking. So let's get rid of that bat. Marauder. This is a good opportunity to feint. Reduce him to 0 attack. Okay, now we've got full control of this turn. I'm considering delaying and staying here for 1 more round because this threat event says restore every enemy to full health. If no health is restored, 2 random orcs enter play. If we travel now, this will activate on the next location and add 2 additional orcs to whatever we're dealing with. So it's going to make the next board really, really difficult. So, because that's what we're dealing with here, I'd rather wait here and damage this guy a little bit. So all this will do is restore the single orc back to 4 HP. I think that's the smarter play. So let's Let's see. Let's bring him down to 2.
I will smite you if you touch him.
2 is enough for that to work. We're not going to play the Courier yet. We need her later. Let's put the Caregiver out. Bring Legolas to 6. Add some more Fate. Okay. Let's not travel yet. It's very tempting to hit that button because it's right there in your face. I've done it many times, but we're going to hold off. Okay, his attack went back to 3. And now this will trigger, restore that enemy back to 4. We'll deal a free damage.
You would die before your stroke fell.
Let's heal Arwen back to full. Okay, we got some bonus action cards here. Good. Let's have... Sauron's going to gain a resource, but I can't really stop it. Let's guard with the Caregiver. He'll survive, which is nice. Let's put a... Well, yeah, let's put a Star Brooch on Éowyn. Oh, look at that. Well, Sauron paid 4 for that, and it only cost me 2. So I guess that's an okay trade, and I still have courage. I guess I'll use that. Okay, Sauron's passing. And I'm not sure if I want to use either of these yet. I guess I'll go ahead and just heal Legolas up to full. And then get some Fate back up.
You would die before your stroke fell.
Just because I can.
No living man am I.
Re-ready. Add some Fate, so we're now back up to 7, which is good. And now we'll travel. Okay, so this next location, it has an objective that you cannot engage normally. This one right here, it will go down by 1 at the end of every round, and you cannot send characters to reduce that. But we have Secret Paths, which will add 2 progress, and the Courier, which will add 1 progress. So instead of waiting 4 rounds, we're going to wait far fewer. Legolas's bonus damage, I'm going to have that be on this guard here.
Die before your stroke fell.
We've only got 1 option to restore health. A lot of healing right now. There's also a Fate event here to apply 1 progress to intruders in the tower, which is that objective that you cannot engage normally. So we actually have enough progress that we can put on it to travel this turn, like this round, which is really nice. So that means we can't spend resources on anything else, except for Courier and Secret Paths. So we just gotta hold out here. Let's guard up. Take the 4 attack. This guy likes to attack first, which I'm okay with. Okay, Legolas removed that one. Gonna take a hit there. Before Sauron plays any treachery things, let's get this event out now. Put 2 progress on this. Creature of Darkness on the 3 health one. Okay, I can deal with that. Let's put out the Courier. Put 1 progress on this.
I bring news from Rivendell.
The blue sphere is so useful on these quests. Reduce every ally to 0 willpower. That's okay, I'm not spending willpower anyway. And let's go ahead and apply 1 progress. So now we can travel. Is there anything else that we want to do? This will cause us to gain a threat if he stays alive, which will put us at 35 threat. But this is this location only. Ulfthak is not going to enter play on the next location. So I'm not sure. I think I'll travel now. Oh, maybe it doesn't go up. I've never had that attachment stay out when I travel before. Okay. So this encounter is the easiest one of the 3, because the starting board is not that challenging But you do have to wait a while, and I'll explain why here. So, this hazard, once again, you cannot engage normally. You have to wait round by round for it to go away. But it's a hazard. It's not required for you to win this scenario. However, the score will penalize you for not removing it because it's based on how many hazards you remove. So, I have to either draw those same cards again that add progress, or just wait 4 rounds. Usually I gotta wait 4 rounds. But it's usually not so bad because by the late stage of this quest right now, I tend to have pretty good control of the board.
A red sun rises.
It could be better right now. I mean, I could have better stuff out here, I guess. But at the same time, Sauron's board is pretty weak. So I think we'll be okay. Oh, look at that. We drew secret paths. That's going to help with this hazard here. Okay. Let's block this Smeagol damage. Smeagol is a unique enemy here that will flee if he is at 2 health or fewer. So we really only have to do 7 more damage to him. And once Smeagol is out of play, we can start putting progress on this objective here. We cannot engage this at all until he's gone. And once you reduce this to 0, you win the quest. Okay, let's put out an Axehand.
My axe swings too.
Deal 1 damage to every ally, that's fine. You know what, I forgot about a Fate event. I guess it's okay that I waited because Sauron just damaged every ally, but I could have activated this for 4 Fate. This location only, a random ally enters play. Let's do that now. Another Axehand, I'm not going to argue there. Let's have him guard up. Putting Despair on Smeagol. Gain 1 threat after attacking this enemy. Well, that's going to generate a lot of threat. But we have to get rid of him, so I could reduce it a little bit with Handmaiden.
Behold the light of Erendiel's star.
Sauron passes, so he's not spending his last resource. Interesting. Alright, well let's get to attacking then.
You would die before your stroke fell.
It's going to add a lot of threat. Let's stop there. Okay. We do need some more fate here. So let's collect about that much. Spend 5 to gain 1 resource for each ally in play. So we gained 4. Let's play Secret Paths on this hazard. Down to 2. And let's go ahead and end.
I'll put an arrow in your guts.
Right, at the end of every round, as long as this hazard is out, it will spawn a new random orc. And I've figured out that sometimes that orc can be Uthak himself,
You would die before your stroke fell.
which is very odd to me. Okay, the archer can do a damage to Smeagol. Oh, we drew a Courier, which can put the last point of progress on here, so we might actually end the quest this round. Let's get the archer out. Have to replace somebody. Let's replace the Handmaiden. Damage Smeagol.
Breathe so loud I could shoot you in the
That was a smart play by Sauron to put that attachment on him. Oh, perfect. Smeagol attacked the veteran Axehand who was guarding, which damaged Smeagol back in return and caused him to run away. Made my job a lot easier. Let's have the archer kill this archer. See what Sauron does.
Can't escape.
Veteran patrol, we're going to guard up on that. Okay. Let's start putting progress here. Then put out another courier. Put a progress on this hazard. Clear that.
news from Rivendell.
Oof, that comes out after that hazard goes away, I've discovered recently. I forgot to mention that too. Let's have the Axehand block this one. Oh, did Sauron pass? I didn't need to do that, I guess. Okay. We still have enough to get rid of this.
No living man am I.
That was pretty fortunate timing. Anyway, that is the end of We Must Away.
To have found Bilbo.
Score is perfect. Excellent. If you get unlucky and you don't have any cards that add progress, that can take a lot longer and jeopardize your final threat level score. And if the slug really does a number on you, it can really damage your hero's health score as well. And the hazard too, if you don't clear that hazard. There's only one hazard here, and thankfully I got rid of it. So, that is the end of that quest. It's a pretty challenging one, but this deck is formidable and it held its own pretty well. So next time, for the final video in this series, I'm going to do the final quest, Down the Anduin, which is a very interesting quest. It's got a lot of fun stuff going on. It's also pretty challenging. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll have that next video up as soon as I can, and I'll see you next time.